Hi guys, this is Ben from Just Three Balance Trader, and today is the second video from Zero to Hero series. Okay, right now we are looking at a losing trade. I'll go through the framework later, what I was looking at, what I was shorting based on, and right now you can see that I shorted with that fair value gap there, right there, and that displacement was what I like, so I set a partial to be taken at 5 points. But then as you guys can see, it just stopped me out just like that. So yeah, a losing trade is a losing trade, and it's just a really small cut compared to my whole account equity. So I'm trading $5,000 and my loss was only like $30. But as you can see, my stop loss was actually 2 points. So yeah, 2 points for the partial, 5 points. I would say it's a very good risk to reward. And I know this thing repeats, so this drawdown, this loss is just like a really small cut. So a small cut is nothing if we just leave it, let it remain a small cut. My feeling during this trade when it hit my stop loss, I didn't really feel much, but my thinking was, okay, I got to stop, because the rules is only one trade a day, and doesn't matter if it's a win or a loss, because if it's a loss, it's fine. If it's a win, it's also fine. As you can see, this entry wasn't based on any impulsiveness or anything, because the framework is basically going through what I was looking at. It was a 23 September trade, okay? And I was basically going short. I was basically bearish for this London session intermediate term relative to a low. I was looking for this low basically because we took out the 20 September PM session high, and right from London we traded we were really bearish, and then doing the pre-market, which is the 7 a.m. open, what we basically had was, it made a higher high here, and then it made another higher high, and it really went above the 20 September PM high during the 10 o'clock time. So this, to me, it was like a tree drive pattern. And also we took out the intermediate term high of the day, which is this. So my thinking right away was price should be likely to go down for the stops, because anyone that was lucky enough to went long here, they will have trailed a stop loss up here, because this downfall make them feel not safe about their long position. So they will basically trail their stop loss under this relatively equal low, which is also the London session intermediate term low. I wasn't looking for shit because it's a bit of a overzealous target, and it's Monday, so no, I was looking at this intermediate term low only, and because we have really smooth lows, that's what I was targeting at. And the framework of why I shorted at there is because we have this 15-minute CB. As you can see, the bodies respected it right at 10 o'clock silver here time. The bodies did respected it and it did rejected it, but it was a seek and destroy day. That was basically why I got stopped out, and it was quite a hard read. But anyways, I waited for 10:50 macro, and I waited for the 10:50 macro. As you can see here, it did trade lower, but just not my entry and not my time. So that's about it. You can see here, why I got stopped out is also because in a low resistance run, it would have just give me this relative equal low, and I would have just get my 10 points easily. But it did not. It just ran through my entry, and I just got stopped out. And why did I shorted here? I was expecting this to be a institutional order flow entry view. I was expecting this, and also yes, I was trading ahead of the 10:50 macro. The entry was at roughly 10:41. Why did I take this trade here? Because we had this order block respected, it rejected from this order block, and also from this gray region, which is the M50, which is the 15-minute CB that I was looking at. So when it displays like that, I was really expecting this to be a breakaway gap, but it didn't. It punched up to the order block, which is fine. I will still treat it as a breakaway gap, and then this CB, which I used for my entry, I was expecting it to be a measuring gap, which is a institutional order flow entry due. As you can see, it did not give what I was expecting, and my stop loss was just 2 points, which was just here. So it was a really small cut. So right here, I could have just short here again, but trading live fund, I try to force myself to use fair value gaps for entry only. As you can see right here, this week, -1 tick of the consequent encroachment, the CE, I would have just short that, because we have a high taken, a high taken, and another high taken. We have a high here, then we have another high here, and we have another high here. So this is a 3-drive pattern with time, the 10:50 macro here. 10:50 macro taken out 3 times liquidity, buy side liquidity. One more time. One more time, taking out the long-term. Three-drive pattern, one more time, taking the day long time. Then we have this swing high, which is a price signature of a bearish price signature. Breaks down, as you can see. My draw would have been here, I was looking for here, and you can see it got tagged right away. Anyways, a loss is a loss, and it's not really a big deal. As you can see here, we have another immediate rebalance. Inside of that inversion fair value gap. So yeah, it would have been a really nice trade at the 1050 macro, and what I think I can do better is during seek and destroy days I can try not to trade ahead of the macro time, because I was basically a little overzealous. I was trying to trade ahead of the macro time because I was expecting the 1050 macro to just pull down for this sell side, which was my target. And so yeah, during seek and destroy days it's best to just wait, because usually all these, when you can see price is just stuck inside the inefficiencies, which is all these fair value gaps. Usually this is signaling a time distortion, which is what ICT call time distortion, is when the algorithm is sort of waiting for time to move. So I would say my better entry would be during seek and destroy days. I should not try to anticipate any macros movement. I should just wait for it. As you can see, if I had just wait, this would be a breakaway gap. Okay, after this 3 drive pattern, breakaway gap, then immediate rebalance with this inversion fair value gap. Just nice run. And yes, you can say I was right, but I was wrong also. I was right but not profitable also. And really glad that I didn't use a stop loss, because the stop loss was just 2 points. If I hadn't used a stop loss, you guys can see, if this trade didn't have a stop loss, it would run 7 points against this trade, and that would cause a big withdrawal from my mental drawdown. That's why I always trade with a stop loss, and if I'm wrong, I can accept it, and I know if I'm right, it will just give me more than 2 points. So yeah, that's why I don't feel anything taking a loss. And that's it for today's trade review, and stay tuned for more. Stay safe, stay healthy, guys.